Welcome to the channel and welcome to 8th edition Warhammer 40k. It's Tyranids versus Admech. Today on the channel, the Hive Mind will take on the Machine Mind. Hive Fleet Kraken is here, and they're going to take on my Adeptus Mechanicus force, known as the Penitent Forge. My Admech force, the Penitent Forge, use the Martian Dogma. We are affiliated with the Martian Forge world. So that allows us to get 2 canticles of the Omnissiah every single turn. Hive Fleet Kraken, when they advance, they roll 3d6 and pick the highest. And when they fall back out of combat, they can charge again. So they can smash into one unit and then fall back and smash into another unit. It's going to be a classic game of the gun versus the punchy army. And we're playing Vanguard Strike Deployment. There's a line running down the middle of the table. The Admech will be deployed on this side. And I've got 1 objective in my deployment zone. The other 4, there's 1 close to it. And the other 4 are in no man's land. There's 1 here, 1 there, 1 by that bunker over there. And there's an objective in the Tyranid deployment zone here. So 1 each, 4 running down the middle, but I must say it's weighted towards the Tyranid force, 2,500 points. And we're playing Cleanse and Capture because my Admech force wish to cleanse and capture this site. This Fortress of the Redemption stands locked down, empty and idle. We're just going to treat it as a terrain piece. Large line of sight block of terrain in the middle of the table. You can't embark in it. It's all locked down, all barricaded up. The human auxiliaries that once guarded this gun platform, the missile silo here, have fled. They've got every reason to flee because a splinter of Hive Fleet Kraken are here, cleansing this planet clean, scouring it for biomass. As you can see, there's plenty of biomass on this planet. So Hive Fleet Kraken definitely want to get their teeth in and strip this thing down to a molecular level, recycle it, and make more big, bad, nasty bugs feed the Hive Fleet up above. But this fortress cannot fall. The Adeptus Mechanicus have been sent in to claim it back for the will of the Omnissiah. The Tyranids cannot be allowed to win this site. It's a critical location here. The missiles pointed directly up at the Hive Fleet. So Vanguard Strike Deployment, Cleanse and Capture, 2,500 points. That's the Cleanse and Capture is a game where you get 3 Maelstrom cards a turn every turn. Tyranids tend to do quite well in Maelstrom games because they're fast and they can spread out all over the place and camp on objectives quite easily and rack up those secure objective X points. They tend to do very well. And we welcome Chris back to the channel one more time. Say hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Last time he was here, he brought his Dark Angels force. And second time he's appeared on the channel. Thank you for coming down.
No problem at all.
Don't live too far away, only in Bristol, which is a lot closer than most of the people who used to come all the way here. And he's been busily painting up his Tyranid army. So let's go and check out these forces. Alright, this is just south of 2,500 points of Admech. It's a brigade detachment, which gives me 15 command points. Oh my. And to bring a brigade, you need 3 HQs, 3 elites, 3 heavy, and lots of troops. I've got all them, ticking all those boxes. And I didn't want to just bring a normal gun line. If I just brought lots and lots and lots of guns, potentially I could blow the Tyranids off the table in turn 1. So I bought some assaulty things as well. Of course I brought lots of guns, and assaulty things, why not? And leading the charge today is my Warlord Belisarius Call, or also known as in the Penitent Forge, Designate 17. Designated the 17th node of the Penitent Forge. He wasn't in the last battle report, and I used the Styges doctrine for Adeptus Mechanicus. While he was away, the children played, but he's back, and we're following the canticle that we know, the canticle that we are, which is the Martian canticle. Now his Warlord trait allows him to, his aura ability goes to 9 inches instead of 6 inches, and everything can re-roll shots in the shooting phase, not during Overwatch or not during the fight phase, but in the shooting phase, everything within 9 inches of him gets to re-roll a hit, which is nice. And he's got Tech Priest engines here and a Tech Priest Dominus with him as well, and I gave the Dominus the Autocardiosus of Arcan Land, so when he heals stuff, he can re-roll the dice. So he's pretty good at healing stuff. And then assaulty stuff. I wanted to punch back. So we have some Infiltrators, we have some Ruststalkers, which are really quite terrible, but I really want to make them work. I think there's about 17 priests there. They've only got 1 wound, they've only got a 5-up save and a 5-up ignore wounds. But if they kill something in the assault phase, they can get up to a 3-up invulnerable save for the rest of the game. It's just a case of whether they survive the nom-nom-nomming of High Fleet Kraken to be able to get their 3+ invulnerable save. Then we've got a unit of Dragoons, 3 separate Dragoons, for my 3 fast attack slots. So lots of punchy here, which is a bit odd for me, but let's bring it on. It gives me some mobility. It means I won't necessarily be trapped back in my deployment zone as well, because Kraken move very quickly. And then the Shooty Castle isn't as big as it could be, but I'm still happy with this. 3 robots of Doom with triple phosphor blasters each, and 3 Onaga Dune Crawlers with the neutron lasers, because the neutron lasers are the best. I know there's the Skyfire option, but with AP -4, multiple damage weaponry, shooting at 48 inch range, they're just mean. And then to back this lot up, I have lots of troops. I think there's 20 Rangers and about 36 Vanguard in here, and everything's WYSIWYG. So some units we've got Arc Rifles win. And here's GSO1, Godslayer 01, the man who took down a Titan with his upgrades. And in every unit, some of the units are naked, no upgrades, but there's plasma calibers dotted around. I've got 2 transuranic arquebuses for the first time, because people keep telling me that they're good, so I brought some. So lots of squishy things to get through, which should be a high body count army, and we like to see lots and lots of blood on the carnage. There is some shooty, there is some punchback, so quite a mixed list, plenty of command points to play with. This should be an interesting fight. Let's go and check out the Hive Mind. So we're looking at just south of 2,500 points worth of Tyranids, High Fleet Kraken. I've already talked about the rules. It looks like High Fleet Leviathan, but it clearly a splinter of High Fleet Leviathan has broken away, and the Hive Mind is evolving, is adapting. Developing new strategies in this new war zone they find themselves in. It's a double battalion detachment, so that's 2 HQs and 3 troops in each, and we've got plenty of HQs along the front here. A battalion gives you 5 command points now, so that's 10, plus the 3 for playing a match play game is 13 command points, and I didn't have enough counters, so we've got a D20 here. Because that new getting more command points is lovely, but I'm going to have to get more counters made. Probably deploymentzone.tv counters. Right, the Warlord for the army. What am I looking at, Chris?
So we've got front and centre. We've got Swarmlord.
Yes, he's the Warlord, right?
Indeed, yeah. So stock Warlord trait, redeploy.
Nice.
If you don't know what he does, then hopefully I get to show you. He doesn't get blown away by neutron lasers.
I know he's mean.
Yeah, 3+ invulnerable in close combat, 4+ otherwise. Flat 3 damage with the sword.
Is he a Psyker as well?
Yeah, level 3. So cast 2 powers, deny 2. He's just all kinds of mean. I mean, he degrades, but
yes,
strength 8. 6 attacks.
He's a beast. I need to get one. And the Broodlord's a Psyker, and we've got 2 Hive Tyrants. They're Psykers as well.
Yes.
Is this guy a Psyker? Is
that no, it's just Death Reaper, because I ran out of warriors. So I brought Death Reaper instead, just to try him out. I know he's rubbish, so internet, don't hate me. I just really like Lictors, always loved them.
They're such an integral part of the narrative when it comes to Tyranids.
Sneaking up on the Catchitan, you know.
Yeah.
Then we've got the 2 Flyrants. So one with miasma cannons,
right,
which is the heavy venom cannon upgraded.
Yes.
And then he's got monstrous rending claws.
Right.
And then monstrous rending claws and twin-linked Devourers.
Nice.
With brain-each worms.
Nice.
Then behind that we've got just 20 Hormagaunts, no upgrades, just stock.
Right.
Behind them, we've got a unit of 6 warriors with Death Spitters, Bone Swords, and 2 heavy venom.
And these are synapse as well.
They are.
So you've got Shadow in the Warp, which isn't going to come into effect here, which is -1 to the enemy's psychic test. But I have no psychers, and I have no psychic defense. So that's a thing. But you do need synapse, and so long as every Tyranid model which is in synapse range, you're basically fearless. You never take morale tests.
Basically,
which
yeah.
is good.
Yeah.
So warriors, I found, are very handy.
Yeah, they're just great wherever you stick them, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's essentially there's 18 wounds there.
Nice.
So 2 tactical squads.
Yep.
Then behind them we've got a Trigon Prime.
Cool. Synapse as well.
Synapse as well. Then we've got other side we've got another HQ, but he's coming out of the other Trigon, so that's a Tyranid Prime.
He's coming out of what?
He'll be coming out of the tunnel
right.
of the second Trigon Prime.
Sweet.
And he's armed Death Spitter Bone Swords.
Is he a Psyker?
No.
No, but he's a Trigon Prime. He's a character, so I can't target him, right?
Indeed, and he makes all the warriors hit on 2s in
Does he?
combat. Yeah, 3 shooting, so it makes them nasty.
I can see some synergy in this army because you've got people popping out of tunnels. We are going to be using the match play beta rules. We talked about it beforehand, so there's going to be no deep striking in turn 1 outside of your deployment zone. However, there's a lot of mobility here, and you're probably going to be able to engage in turn 1 combat anyway.
Yeah.
Like, what are we looking at next?
A squad of 16 Gene Stealers and a squad of 14 Gene Stealers.
Okay.
Simply because I ran out of models.
Okay.
You may notice there's some second edition Space Hulk Gene Stealers. Please don't look too closely.
No, I like Space Hulk.
And then
I remember that game. It was awesome.
Then we've got Exocrine.
Yes.
And Tyranofex with the Rupture Cannon.
Yes.
And Stinger Salvo, because that's what you're meant to do.
Yes.
3 squads of Rippers.
Yes.
Just 3 in each, so just 9 wounds just to grab some objectives.
Again, they're too good not to take because that's the troops, right?
Yeah.
That's the troops. You just stick them on an objective somewhere.
99 points in an HQ unlocks a battalion.
Does it?
Yeah.
I've got to get me some Rippers as well.
Yeah, they're good.
Okay, so we've got some fast stuff, minimal shooting coming up here. Mind you, I guess the warriors can pump out some Dakar as well as your hive tyrants. This is a highly elite list.
Yeah.
You've got lots of psychers, lots of... Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Will the claws beat the guns? Okay, we won't take you all through all the psychic powers because there's a lot of them. We'll talk about them in-game as we hit them. So let's go on to the deploymentzone.tv. If you're interested in more Windows SEO battle reports, go to deploymentzone.tv. And we're deployed for this 2,500 point game of Cleanse and Capture. We're taking a look at each deployment zone here, and there's not a lot of Hive Fleet Kraken on the table because 2 Tyranid Primes, the Winged Hive Tyrants, the Rippers, the Lictor, and more stuff is in reserve. Oh my. Hormagaunts locking down this flank. Lots of Gene Stealers locking down the other flank. And there's the Exocrine, there's Swarmy himself. And the Tyranofex is in cover. Now, if he's 50% obscured from some of the shots in my castle, he will get cover. And Chris measured up very carefully.
Yeah, try my best.
And he has hidden away from line of sight from some of the Onaga Dune Crawlers, so he will be benefiting for some cover. And quite naturally, I castled up. The Engineer is on this flank because, let's face it, he's a HQ tax. He can run onto that objective if he needs to. Don't mind if he dies, and he's deep striking denial. And then what we can see is pretty standard deployment, rows upon rows of screens. Now, I kept the Ruststalkers and the Priests back. They're a counterpunch unit. I could put them at the front, but if I get charged by lots of bugs, then they're dead. The idea is charge the little stuff first, and then the elites countercharge the stuff that charges. Very simple. The Dominus here ready to help heal along with Call, so everything here, including these Rangers, will be re-rolling hit rolls when they shoot in the shooting phase. Quite a nice castle. I am a long way back though, 36-inch range on these guns, 48 on that. But it is Hive Fleet Kraken, it is the Great Devourer. They want to come forward. But there's some nice objectives they can hide in out of the way, or Ripper Swarms can hop up on. As I said, I firmly expect my shooting to be quite devastating, but I also firmly expect the Tyranids to get ahead on points. It's what they do. Dragoons on this flank along with more screen because Gene Stealers started appearing up at that end. So I've got some stuff locking down the flank right and left. This mess after turn 1 will push forward, so there's a bit of a better screen. And we're about to kick off. We're about to fight over this installation. The Penitent Forge must lock it down. Right, we need a roll off. We're doing the chapter approved roll off. I deployed way after you, so I don't get +1 to this dice roll. I get a 4. Can you beat a 4 and you get a +1? 3. Oh, tension. Right, let's do it again. I got a 2. Can you beat a 2? You definitely beat a 2 with a 7. I'm going to need to try and steal from you. Stealing's bad.
It's wrong.
You shouldn't do it, friends.
Kids at home don't steal.
Don't steal. Don't do this at home, kids. And I get a 1. I didn't steal anyway. I feel much better. And you're breathing a sigh of relief. Let's go on to the Great Devourer, turn 1. And here is the will of the hive mind. It wants to take ground. Secure objective 3, secure objective 4, and overwhelming firepower to just shoot something to death. Here we are after the Tyranid movement phase, and they spring forward with alarming speed. The Hormagaunts dancing all the way forward here. Dancing? Yeah, that works. And they're on objective 3, which is one of the objectives the Tyranids need to score. The 2 big guns staying still. This one is on an objective. Objective 4 is here. Chris has decided not to get it now because in turn 1, it's not like I can deep strike outside of my deployment zone in turn 1 and get onto it. I can't do that. So in turn 2, he can put a unit there, unit of Rippers, for example, and get it automatically. So he's thinking he'll get that next turn. And then the Gene Stealers advanced and spent a command point for Metabolic Override. Opportunistic Advance, which means they doubled their advance roll. And with Kraken, you roll 3d6 and pick the highest. He rolled a 6. So those Gene Stealers moved 12 on top of their 8-inch move. So they moved 20 inches down the battle grid all the way there. And Gene Stealers can charge after they advance. And there's a plane outside. And now we've got more movement shenanigans going on. So spending another command point for Metabolic Override on this one, which means he gets to move again.
And advance again.
And is advance. And checking the FAQ, it says that when you move again, how far do you go? It says include the advance from last time. He advanced 6. So you include that movement according to the fact you don't need to re-roll it. So he's going another crazy 14. Long range. 14.
So he's an inch away.
Right, okay, brilliant. And then there's a Hive Commander ability that the Swarm Lord has got, which is at the start of the shooting phase.
So
instead of shooting a unit, any unit within 6 inches of him, like this Gene Stealers, can move again as if it was the movement phase. So you're going to have to roll their advance because this is a new phase. So roll 3d6, we'll pick the highest because it's Kraken. 6 plus 8 is 14. So we've got Gene Stealers, and Broodlords right up in the Penitent Forge's lines in turn 1.
I love Tyranids.
So Gene Stealers are swift and deadly. They can charge after they're advanced. And he's got an ability which means Gene Stealers within 6 inches of him add 1 to their hit rolls when they fight. I think this is like 160 odd hits potentially coming in. Hitting on 2s. That's crazy stuff. So they're already up in my lines. Let's go on to the shooting phase. We are in the shooting phase because we just did the remove. So there. Overwhelming firepower. You need to shoot something. What are you shooting your guns at?
Right, well, if he stands there, we can shoot twice.
Yes.
So I'm going to fire twice.
Yes.
One at him, the engine's here.
Okay.
And then the second time, I'm going to shoot at the Dragoon because internet split firing works.
It's -1 to hit the Dragoon.
Ooh.
He's got an incense cloud, so he'll be hitting on 5s.
Ooh, let's not do that then. Let's shoot a robot instead.
Robot?
Yeah.
What one? This one?
No, one of the red.
Oh yeah, we measured up. You are in range of the robot.
So 3 shots at him, 3 shots at him.
I like it. Grand effects. Shooting the engines here. Go for first blood and overwhelming firepower. Hitting on 4s, that's 2 hits. Your strength 10 on toughness 4. Winning on 2s. And you wound, and it's AP minus a lot. I don't get a save. Is it AP minus 3? I might get a save. So it's AP minus 3. Engine says of a 3-up save. I need 6s. I don't get any 6s, and this is 2d6 damage. And that works. That's first blood, and it's overwhelming firepower. He explodes, essentially. And then you've got 3 shots coming in at the Castellan robots right in my backfield. 4s to hit. 1 hit. Straight.
I'm going to use a command point.
Are you okay? Command point reroll.
Ah,
still 1 hit. No. Wounding on a 3. I'm toughness 7. That wounds. Right. It is minus a lot, but I've got the Aegis Protocol in effect. You start with the Aegis Protocol, so on a 4 up, I take my invulnerable save. No, and this will do d6 damage. For 1 damage, and you've already spent a command point reroll in the shooting phase, just 1 damage on a bot. Right, going around this side of the battlefield, the Exocrine stayed still, so its heavy 6 gun becomes heavy 12 gun, or it can fire at 2 different targets, but it's firing at 1 target. It's firing at my Castellan robots. He really doesn't like them. So 12 shots coming at the Castellan robot, and because the Exocrine stayed still, it's hitting on 3s instead of 4s. So good luck, sir. 3s to hit. And you spend a command point on Pathogenic Slime, which gets your damage up from damage 2 to damage 3, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, strength 7, toughness 7.
Really on 4.
You need 4s to wound. And you get 3 wounds in.
4
wounds in. 4 wounds in. Each of these doing 3 damage. I need 4 up and vulnerable saves, because it cuts through my armour. Right. What happens here is bad for you. That's 3 damage.
And 2
that one I save, and then robots have a rule refractor field. Basically on 6s the shots bounce back and do 2 mortal wounds on the Exocrine. So basically the Exocrine put 2 wounds on himself and 3 wounds on one of my robots. That was interesting.
Yep.
And that's the end of the shooting phase. Chris does score overwhelming firepower. He wiped out the Tech Priest engine seer. And what did we forget?
Oh, psychic phase.
We forgot the psychic phase.
Yeah, it always helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, psychic phase does help. Let's go back to the psychic phase. I don't mind. It hasn't affected the battle grid yet, so let's do psychic. Right, the only thing you were going to do was cast the horror on the robots, which will get them -1 to hit, -1 shooting. So let's do that. That fails anyway. The dice gods say no.
Indeed. It was just Catalyst on the Tyranids was the only one from Swarming.
Oh, Catalyst on the... Yeah, okay.
Needing the 6 again.
That passes. Yeah, that would have gone off. That Catalyst on the Tyrannifex means he ignores wounds on a 5-up, right?
Yeah.
Nice, okay. So everything's right, everything's good in the world. Everything's not so good, in fact, because there's about 100 billion Gene Stealers about to crash into the Penitent Forge's lines. Let's go on to the charge phase. Okay, this unit, Gene Stealers, charging these Rangers and these Vanguard here. I killed one in Overwatch. Now we're going to roll up the charge. And the Gene Stealers end up here engaging both of these squads. And then this unit of Gene Stealers declared a charge against this unit. And this unit, we've already done the Overwatch. And I did no damage whatsoever. Or you made a couple of lightning fast reflex saves. And then you just rolled 11 on the charge. So they're going to come washing in like a tide of claws as well. And the Gene Stealers come crashing through the lines here. At this point, I think I should mention, I think I forgot to mention earlier on, that my canticles for the Omnissiah I rolled earlier. So what you do with Mars is you roll 2 dice, and you can modify them if you want to, because I have Call. You can plus or minus the dice roll with Call. But with Mars, you get effects of both canticles. And the canticles I have in effect this turn is Incantation of the Iron Soul, which is reroll morale. And I've got Chant of the Remorseless Fist, which is reroll hit rolls of 1 in close combat. Not that it's going to keep me alive against all these Gene Stealers. And then the Broodlord charged in as well. Now the Broodlord declared a charge against this squad and this squad back here. Now the idea is the Gene Stealers wipe out this squad, and then when Chris selects the Broodlord to fight in the fight phase, he can pile in to this squad here, which he declared a charge on, and nom his way through them as well. And they can't fire Overwatch. They're not engaged with anyone else. These Gene Stealers hit this squad here. But they are within an inch of an enemy model after Chris put anything through. So he didn't take any Overwatch. He's put them in there. Some clever tactics there. And there should be 5 dead units of Vanguard and Rangers at the end of this assault phase. So let's fight. Right, so what's going on, Chris? There's a unit of 14 here, and 7 are engaged with this one, 7 are engaged in that one. What's happening?
So we're doing literally half the attacks each.
Okay.
So I've got 28 attacks going into the squad on the left.
Right.
And then I'll have 28 attacks going into the squad on the right.
Right, and they normally hit on 3s, but they're hitting on 2s because they're in range of the Swarm Lord.
The Broodlord, yeah.
The Broodlord. And instead of 3 attacks, you've got 4 attacks because the squad's above a certain size.
Above 10, yeah.
Above 10.
Yeah.
So normally hitting on 3s with 3 attacks, but hitting on 2s with 4 attacks.
And in the squad on the left,
yes.
7 there, there's 2 acid mauls there.
Is there?
So they're -3.
Okay.
So it's basically like a Tyranid power sword for free.
Nice, I like it.
So I'll roll those attacks separately.
Okay, and that's the ones hitting the Rangers?
Yeah, and then there's 1 acid maul in the other squad.
Okay.
And then we'll roll that one in the same.
Okay, let's do that then. Let's hit the Rangers.
Right.
These are the acid mauls?
Yeah, so hitting on 2s.
Okay, that's nice.
All hits.
Yeah.
Wounding on 3s.
Yeah.
Strength 4.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Picking up dice.
Drop down. And it's AP minus?
-3.
-3. I have a 4-up save. Before you roll that big pile in your hand,
yes,
you've wiped out that squad.
Lovely.
Do you want to do, because there's only 7 in that squad,
Yeah.
are you going to do this one as well?
Yeah, I'll do the acid maul out of that squad.
Okay, hit on 2s.
Hit on 2s.
Okay, strength.
4, wounding on 3s.
Yeah, toughness 3. Right.
3 wounds.
That's 3 in that squad dead. There's 3 left.
Lovely.
Now, unfortunately, you have to roll all those other dice.
Cool, so I'll pick up 4.
Yes.
So here's the other 24 attack.
That's really easy to carry.
Yeah.
3s to hit, 2s to hit. What am I
2s
talking
to
about?
hit, yeah, and that makes a difference. Look at those 2s.
Okay.
That's what you bring to
What weapon is this?
This is just a standard claw, so these are -1, but
Okay.
6s are -4.
Okay. -4.
Yeah, rending claws.
Strength 4, toughness 3.
Still it.
You didn't get any 6s. I might survive. You got 14 through at -1. No 6s. 3 models left in that squad, so I need 5s. Yeah, they're dead.
They're dead, Dave.
They're dead. Here's the before shot. Here's the after shot. Do you want to pile in?
Yes.
Okay, let's do some piling in. I think it's consolidation, not pile. I don't know. Anyway, you've piled in or consolidated forward. You've engaged the Ruststalkers, moving to the closest enemy model, but not jumping these guys too far forward because you don't want to engage the priests, because priests are scary, and getting them to hit you back this time, we shall see. We shall see. I'm obviously going to go after you in my turn. Right, now we have this squad of Gene Stealers smashing this unit of Vanguard here, smashing that unit of Vanguard there. They're not going to last very long. Yeah, and those 2 Vanguard squads just didn't stand a chance. That's 4 units wiped out in the fight phase. Now it's consolidate. It's definitely consolidate, not pile in. Are you consolidating? You can move into the Dragoons.
Yeah, I will do. I'll go to those 2. I might send a couple up 2 or 3 just to support the blue lord.
Okay, they've got to head to the closest enemy unit. So some are going to come this way, some are going to come that way. I don't think you need to consolidate any into this squad here because the Broodlord is going to munch through them on his own.
Let's see.
So the Gene Stealers engage these 2 Dragoons. Then the Broodlord piles into this unit of Vanguard here. He's got 6 attacks. He hits on 2s. Everything hits, and it's strength 5, so you're winning on 3s, and he re-rolls wounds with this weapon. So only 1 fail there. Okay, they all got through. Now, he's AP -3, and on 6s it's AP -6. But AP -3 cuts through all of my armour. There's 6 guys in that squad. You get 6 wounds in. The Broodlord wipes out a squad of Vanguard on his own. What a beast. And it looks like this. Now, do you want to consolidate into the priest? Now, if you do, it stops him getting shot at, but I can hit you now.
Well,
or you can not consolidate, and then I'll hit you in my turn.
I won't consolidate into the priest.
You're not consolidating into the priest?
No.
Okay. I think that's the end of the fight phase. Then I select a unit that is engaged. There's only 1. Oh no. And my Dragoons. Ruststalkers. Let's do some Ruststalkers. But before we do that, stratagems are happening. What are we doing?
We are doing, I've just lost it, Overrun.
Overrun? What does that do?
So the Broodlord has destroyed a unit in close combat.
Yes.
Spending a command point, I can immediately move and advance as if it were my movement phase.
Okay, so you don't have to end up coming closer because he's a character, right?
Indeed.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll my 3d6 for an advance.
Okay.
So I got 14.
14, yeah. 6 plus the 8 he moves is 14. You can put him a long way back if you want.
Exactly, so I'll do that now.
Right, the Broodlord ended up back over there. Safer place to be, we think. Right, let me select the Ruststalkers and smack your Gene Stealers. Hold the line, guys. Right, Ruststalkers have 3 attacks each. Princeps have 4. But 5 of these attacks will be my core claw. These are the Transonic Razors. They hit on 3s. And with Chant of the Remorseless Fist, I'm re-rolling 1s right now, which is handy. Their strength 4. Your toughness 4. But any 6s cause mortal wounds instead. So I don't get any mortal wounds whatsoever. But I do get 5 wounds on those Gene Stealers. So you need 5 invulnerable saves because that's all they have. Ooh, and 3 Gene Stealers by it. And then I get 5 more attacks with my Cord Claws. Now these hit on 3s. And I reroll 1s. And they are strength 4. But any 6s do D3 mortal wounds instead. And mortal wounds do spill over, remember? So I do 3 wounds and D3 mortal wounds instead. So 3, 5 up and vulnerable saves. You make them all. And then D3 mortal wounds with the Clawed Claw for 1. I could command point re-roll that. I've got a lot of command points. It can't get worse. Because normally that would only kill 1 guy. But D3 mortal wounds. Mortal wounds can spill over to the rest of the unit. And that's 6. So that was worth it, killing 3 more. Ruststalker's done good. They don't often, well, they never do good. But I've killed 6 out of those 14 G-Stealers. Now we're back over to the Dragoons. I like Dragoons. They look very Skitarii, very Admech. Do you like Dragoons?
Yeah, they've got sexy legs.
They've got sexy legs.
Chicken legs.
They got 3 attacks each. I'll do it all at the same time because I'm hitting the Gene Stealers. 3 attacks each. So 6 attacks in total. I'm re-rolling 1s. I get 1/1. And the thing about Dragoons, the really good thing is if you roll 6s, they get 3 hits instead of just 1. So how many 6s was that?
I can't count any.
That was none. Their strength 8, however. Yeah, well, it's strength plus 3, so that's 4 wounds. It is a minus and 2 damage, but you don't care about those sort of things, just your invuns.
Make 2 of them.
Make 2 of them. So they only take out 2 Gene Stealers. We could be locked up in this fight for a very long time. Oh no, we're not, because you're Kraken. You can fall out and keep nomming your way through.
Exactly.
That's the end of the fight phase, unless you've got any crazy stratagems you want to pull.
Yeah, I think I will. I'm going to spend 3 command points.
Is it 3?
It's 3, yeah.
Okay.
So...
What is it?
It makes me fight again.
Does it?
Yeah, and I'm thinking I want to kill some Dragoons.
Do you?
Take out your mobility.
Okay, what's this command point thing stratagem called?
It is called Overrun.
Overrun. So, I like it.
Select a unit, fight again.
Okay, let's do some piling in. It's 3 command points. It's called Adrenaline Surge, actually. Adrenaline Surge leaves you with 6 command points left out of the 13 you start off with. And this is where the Gene Stealers are piled into, and they get to fight. Right, these guys nom their way through some Vanguard, no problem whatsoever. Can they scratch the chicken legs of these Dragoons? Let's find out. So they're all one unit. They are in coherency here. This unit is within 6 inches of the Broodlord. So instead of hitting on 3s, they're hitting on 2s. You got 1 acid more hitting this thing. So 2s, 3 hits, strength
4,
toughness 6.
5s.
Yeah. Nothing with the acid mores. And then all of these dice with the remaining 4 Gene Stealers. So 16 dice hitting on 2s at the other Dragoon.
That's not bad.
That's
1 miss.
Only 1. Nice. So 15 hits. Now you need 5s. And it's AP minus 1, you say?
Unless I get a 6.
Okay.
Minus 4.
Okay. I see 6s.
1, 2,
I see dead Dragoons. I see dead people.
4.
Just 6s.
Yeah.
So they're AP minus 4.
Yeah.
I do have a 6-up invulnerable save, which I don't get any 6s. So he does take 4 wounds, which puts him down to 2 left. So that one survived. This one's going to get hit by a boatload more. Right, we did the acid more attacks from this unit. The Dragoon's taken 2 wounds already. Now we've got 20 what?
28 attacks.
Nice. Hitting on 2s. And this is with their normal rending claws.
Yep.
2s to hit.
And that's 2 misses. So 26 hits.
It's a beautiful thing.
It really is.
I need to get me some Gene Stealers.
They do work.
So wounding on 5s.
And 6 is a minus 4.
Yeah, that's a lot of dice.
It is. It's hard to hold.
I like it when it's too many to hold.
It feels good.
Yeah.
For being a space marine player. Right.
So this many wounds. I need 6s invulnerable saves with these. And I fail all of them. So he's down to 1 wound left. These I need 5s. And I pass 1. So he is dead. Do I want to auto blow him up? It'll cause a mortal wound. Yes, I do. I think it's called Machine Spirit Reset Venge. They blow up automatically. They do a mortal wound. So I'll take a Gene Stealer with me.
Fair enough.
Despite. Then it looks like this before consolidation. And this is where we end up after consolidation. And that is the end of Tyranids turn 1. Right, they control objective 3 over there. They get overwhelming firepower and first blood threats 3 points to 0. But more importantly, you've killed about 24, 25 infantry models. You've absolutely smashed through the front ranks. I've got Gene Stealers to the right of me, Gene Stealers to the left of me. One of the Dragoons has fallen. The Broodlord is lurking menacingly in the background. My castle's already looking weak. And more than that, there are still 2 Hive Tyrants, 2 Trigon Primes, Tyranid Warriors, Tyranid Prime, Ripper Swarms. There's still so many bugs either burrowing through the ground or flying overhead. It's already an uphill fight for the Penitent Forge, but We have the machine mind on our side. We have the Omnissiah with us. We will fight back. Let's go on to the Abmech. Turn 1. Here are the orders for the Forge. Designate 17 wants to secure and defend Objective 2. And overwhelming firepower as well. We need to blow away these Gene Stealers. Push them back. Here we are after the Abmech movement phase, and all of my entire army is in this corner here. Now I need to defend Objective 2 and secure Objective 2. I've pulled back with the Dragoon. He moves 10, and he's in range of Designate 17 for healing. The idea is to blow away as many in this squad, and the priests can come in and charge and mop up whatever I need to left over. Hopefully I'll be securing that and defending that at the end of the turn. And I need overwhelming firepower, just shoot stuff. This Onager Junecrawler stuck his nose out a little bit. He can see the Exocrine up there, so shots into them. Unfortunately, these Onager Junecrawlers can't see anything, and they're out of range of the Tyrannifex all the way downtown over there. Now, I'd love to be able to fire at the Gene Stealer, the Broodlord, sorry, over here. But the Broodlord is a character, so I can't target him unless he's the closest enemy model. To target him with the neutron lasers, which would be the best idea, I need to shoot away all of the Gene Stealer screen first. I don't know if I've got enough gun to do that, but I'll certainly try. The priests are within 3-inch range of that objective, so if I do manage to take out the Broodlord in the shooting phase, I will score it. I will get secure objective 2. I will start defending it, but again, he can drop some stuff in here and come in turn 2, so that's going to be a bit frightening. Anyway, this is where we've ended up. Some shuffling on the right flank as well. Let's heal some robots. Right, using the Master of Machine ability on Belisarius Core, aka D17, healing that Dragoon. That Dragoon heals 2 wounds. He's back up to 4. And then let's heal this robot. He will heal 3 wounds and he's back up to 5. Now, potentially, I could try and heal them again with a command point, but I'm not going to do that. And I could potentially override their battle protocol so they fight twice next turn, but I'm not going to do that. I think I'd keep the 4-up invulnerable save Aegis protocol in effect. It's keeping me safe so far from the Exocrine and the Tyrannifex. And I'm not entirely convinced that they might not be an assault next turn. Yeah, there could be some stuff.
That's the plan.
Yeah. It's quite obvious that you want to tie these up as soon as possible. And if they get locked up in assault, then we're not going to be falling back from it. Because once you overrode their battle protocol and they can only shoot, they cannot move. So let's leave them so they can shoot twice. Right, let's shoot some guns. Starting over here with the Rangers, firing in to the Gene Stealers. There's an arc rifle and an arc pistol here, so they hit on 3s, and they are gonna, they're strength 6 arc weaponry, and so they all wound, so you need 3 5-up and vulnerable saves, and I started off with killing 2 more Gene Stealers, and then I'm gonna rapid fire the guns that they have, 30-inch range, so there'll be 8 shots coming in. They hit on 3s, and it's strength 4 versus toughness 4, so wounding on, that's pretty good. Wounding on 4s. It's 4 more wounds on those Gene Stealers, sir. And you lose 2 more. How many we got left? We've got 4 left to get through. On to the next squad. This squad of Vanguard, GSO1 is in this squad, trying to finish off those Gene Stealers. Unfortunately, we're not in rapid fire range, so the pistol can't hit the Gene Stealers anymore. Chris doing the right thing and pulling from this side. So the arc weaponry hits on 3s, both hit, wound on 3s. Both wound, 2 more 5-ups, and you fail both of them, leaving 2 Gene Stealers left. And now I've got 3 radium carbines coming in, so that's 9 shots in total from these guys, 18-inch range radium carbines. Nice. So that's pretty good hitting. However, they are only strength 3, so I need 5s, yeah. And I get 2 more. 2 more.
Enough? Ooh,
no,
makes them both.
Makes them both. There's 2 more Gene Stealers left there. Right, 2 more Gene Stealers left to get through. Now I've got this squad here. When I moved Designate 17 round, I made sure he's still within 9 inches of the Transuranic Arquebus guy here. So this squad are re-rolling their shots. And we're in rapid fire range of those Gene Stealers. So these 4 shots become 8 shots at the Gene Stealers. And the 2 Transuranic Arquebuses, I would love to fire at the Broodlord, because it's a character and this is sniper weaponry. And you could fire sniper weaponry at characters, and I can't see through my own men because I'm that stupid. And I moved. Oh yeah, they move forward. Absolutely right. If you move Transparent Arquebuses, you can't fire them anyway. So that's a moot point. I am stupid as well. Right, let's fire at the Gene Stealers. Getting on 3s. My wife tells me I'm stupid all the time. Like when I put cheese in the washing machine the other day.
Good
I was
work.
tidying up the kitchen.
Good work.
And she said, put all the stuff away. And it was all over. And I put stuff here, stuff here, stuff here. And the washing machine was open.
As you do.
It was just open in front of me. And I picked up the cheese, just put it back in the washing machine instead of the fridge. Because, I don't know. I think I was thinking about 40k.
Better cheese than an iPod is all I'll say.
4s. Yeah, exactly. 3s. 3 wounds on the Gene Stealers. And those are dead. Right, that is overwhelming firepower. This allows this unit, which have only got 18-inch range radium carbines, to fire at that unit of Gene Stealers. Squad of Vanguard managed to put 6 wounds in on these Gene Stealers, so 6 5-up saves, and I kill 3 of them. Then D17 will fire his solar atomizer at them, the heat of 1,000 suns. D3 shots, 1 shot, hits on a 2, wounds on a 2, because it's very, very powerful. 5-up and Vun. You didn't dodge that, he has been melted. And there is the Dominus here with his Volkite blasters, 24-inch range. Now he normally hits on 2s, he'll be hitting on 3s because it's a heavy. So 3s to hit. He is re-rolling 1s, he's in range of himself. And it's strength 6, so I need 3s. And 6s cause mortal wounds in addition. No 6s, but 3 5-up saves.
All hell.
Ooh. The second in command takes out 3 Gene Stealers. Nice. What was that, Chris?
Oh, you know, I killed 25 guys, but you're about to kill 30 Gene Stealers, so it's even the odds a little bit.
That makes me feel much better.
Yeah.
Right, this Onager Dune Crawler, I've got 2 Cognis Heavy Stubbers that are going to fire in at the Gene Stealers. He's the only one that can see the Exocrine, so I'll fire at the Exocrine as well. Number of shots with the neutron laser, D3 for 2. Yeah, I'll keep it 2. 3s to hit. And he did move. It's a heavy gun, but we can move and fire heavy guns with the crawler rule. So they both hit. Strength 10, toughness less than 10,
yes.
8. So I need 3s to wound. I get 2 wounds. It's AP -4.
No save.
You don't get a save, sir. You've got 10 wounds left, and these do D6 damage. Can I kill a monster with 1 shot?
I reckon so.
I did 8 damage because it's minimum 3.
Ooh.
So
Down
8
to
damage,
2.
down to 2 left. That's done. And then let's put the 6 heavy Cognis stubber shots into the Gene Stealers. I'm re-rolling because he stood right next to Designate 17, who's overriding their battle protocols. Singing hymns of the Omnissiah, 4s to wound, do 3 wounds on those Gene Stealers, 3 more 5-up invulnerable saves as they dodge right and left, and I take 1 of them out. They are quick, slippery little critters. I was going to swear there. Right, getting down and line of sight. Right, robots. The robots can shoot, the only things they can shoot at is these bugs and the Gene Stealers. Now, if I clear away these Gene Stealers, then I can put the 2 last neutron lasers into your Broodlord. So I'm going to fire at the Gene Stealers. How many are left?
5.
5. I don't think I need to use the Wrath of Mars. This could bite me, but I'm not going to use the Wrath of Mars stratagem.
I think you'll be
I'm
safe.
just going to fire at them with all of their guns because they have a lot. So they have 9 shots each with these heavy phosphor blasters, 27 shots coming in on these 5 Gene Stealers. Dodge this. I hit that many times. Then I get a reroll because of Designate 17, hitting on 4s. That converted 5 more. So loads of hits, a lot of dice, hands. Strength 6, toughness 4, winning on 3s. Please die, Gene Stealers. Right, that many wounds. How many wounds? Because you've got 5. Right, I did 13 wounds. 13 5-up saves to make.
See you later, Gene Stealers.
I hope so. Yeah, they're dead. They're dead.
Yeah, I only made
Phew.
2 saves.
I will not lie to you. My heart was in my mouth a bit there. Right, I'm clearing my lines. Now just the neutron lasers left to fire. The Broodlord is a 5-up invulnerable save. 6 wounds to get through. Let's fire all the guns from this first one at him. Number of shots with the neutron laser, 1. There's no point command point in it because I've got another neutron laser backing it up. This hits on a 3 and it wounds on a strength 10, toughness 6, I think you are. I think this wound's on 3. We'll check if it's 1. It doesn't wound. It doesn't wound. It's okay, I've got another neutron laser backing it up.
Come on.
Heavy stubbers. Yeah. Oh, and I get the reroll because of call.
Of course.
Okay. And strength 4. I think I need
5.
5s.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 3 wounds, and that's... do you have a normal armor save?
4+ armor save.
Okay.
Makes them all.
It makes them all. Okay, this is not going to plan.
Come on.
Neutron laser with the last Onager Dune Crawler. 2 shots. Hitting on 3. Re-rolling. Okay, they both hit.
Yeah, this is it.
Strength 10, toughness 5, you say?
Yeah, 2.
So it is 2s to wound. I'm spending a command point to re-roll that one. Okay, both wounds get through. You need to make both 5-up invulnerable saves because it's AP -4.
No.
You fail them both.
He's
Right,
dead.
yeah, it's a minimum 3
Yeah,
damage. That
well
is
done.
6 damage. The Broodlord is gone. The Penitent Forge would breathe the sigh of relief if they could. Because I don't think they sigh, they just moan or sing through their vox grills. We have cleared our lines from the first wave. But don't worry, there's plenty more Tyranids where that swarm came from. Now at the end of that turn, I do defend objective 2, secure it, I'm starting to defend it, and I get D3 points for overwhelming firepower because I've killed 3 things. So let's see how many I get. For 3, so it's 4 points to 3 in favour of the Penitent Forge. However, my castle has been cut in half, your first wave has stopped, but you have total board control in the next turn as well. Let's do my canticles at the start of your turn on camera while I've got it in my hand. So that's Shroud's Armor, I'll keep that, and that is Incantation of the Iron Soul. So I've got +1 to my cover save as if I'm in cover, unless I'm already there. And reroll morale tests, and that's it. And now we go on to Tyranids, turn 2. The hive mind still wants to take ball control, secure 4, defend 6, and advance out of the deployment zone. All the units need to get out of his deployment zone, and he gets a point. So here we are after the movement phase for Hive Fleet Kraken. Now they've been ordered out of their deployment zone. They've been ordered to advance, but the Tyrannofex has stayed back because they've also been ordered to defend Objective 6, and there's Objective 6. So if you stay there, if you're still alive at the end of the Tyranid turn, that'd be worth 2 points, because you get the defend objective, not in your turn, but in your opponent's turn. So that's worth 2 points. It's very likely he's going to be alive. He's got lots of cover between me and him. And there's Objective 4 is under there. You can see it glinting through the trees there in red. The Rippers have popped up and have scored that one. So those were the objectives. In the meantime, spending a command point on rapid regeneration, getting the extra from 2 wings back up to 4. The Hormigaunt swarming forward, and here come the second wave. And there's an ice cream truck. Yeah, the second wave have smashed in. We've got Hive Tyrant, Swarmy got all the way down from there. He moves a long way. And a Tyrannofex, Trigon Prime, number 1 and 2, surrounded by the warriors, the Tyranid Prime, the other Hive Tyrant, basically, and the Lictor over here near Objective 2. Death Leaper. We have a wave of claws about to smash in the second time. You're going to spend a command point at the end of the movement phase for what?
For Metabolic Overdrive on Swanlord.
Okay.
So don't roll a 1.
You roll a 1. What happens when you roll a 1?
Takes a mortal wound.
Does he?
Yeah.
Does he still move anyway?
Yeah, it still moves.
So it's another free move. I thought he could point to a unit and make them move anyway. Can't he do that on himself?
He will in his shooting phase. So I want him to move 3 times.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So he's moving twice in the movement phase with Metabolic Override.
No advancing, so I can still charge.
And then his Hive Mind ability.
In my shooting phase, we'll move him another 9 before he charges.
That's crazy. I don't know if he can fit through that gap.
I have to wait till the shooting phase.
You might want in the shooting phase. Oh yeah. You could try to blow that away. Then he goes through. Oh, I see it. I like it. I'll not lie. I was intimidated last time. I'm intimidated again. Let's not forget the psychic phase.
Well, yeah, please, yeah. Let's get it right this time.
Right, in the psychic phase, starting over here. This Hive Tyrant casting Smite. You need a 5. That passes. D3 mortal wounds. It's going to hit the Dragoon. That's 1 mortal wound on the Dragoon. What else has he got?
He's got, I'm going to do Psychic Scream next.
Psychic Scream, basically the same thing. He needs a 5. That passes, and it will do D3 mortal wounds on the Dragoon. for another one. So you did 2 mortal wounds on the Dragoon with that guy. Is Swarmy a Psyker?
He is indeed.
What does he know?
He's going to do Catalyst on himself.
Okay.
For a 6.
That passes and is a
I'm going to
Perils.
use a command point to try and roll lower than a 6.
Okay.
Oh, it
Right.
wants it, doesn't it?
So that passes. You get above the casting, which is
Yeah.
a 6, but because you roll double 6s, you do D3 mortal wounds on yourself.
If I roll another 6 now,
Right.
that's fine.
Then you got Catalyst off. So
Yeah.
now you can ignore those mortal wounds on a 5-up.
Indeed.
Okay, so he takes 2 mortal wounds himself, but he'll be ignoring wounds on a 5-up going forward. Can he do 2 psychic powers or just 1?
Yeah, 2, so he's going to do Smite as well.
Smite again, okay. This is a 6 now, and that
Okay.
passes.
Yeah,
D3 mortal wounds
2.
for 2. This is down to 2 wounds left. So
Okay.
smite on a 5, then smite on a 6. Your next smite is going to be on a 7, which
Yeah.
is still okay. Our Trigon Primes, they're not psychic.
They're
are they?
not, no.
Phew.
So my other high tyrant here, however, is.
Yes.
So he's going to do a Smite
Is he? This is a 7 now. Where are we rolling?
over here. I'm trying to roll.
Yeah,
Sorry, it's at these guys, isn't it? Closest
yeah,
unit.
closest unit.
No.
That fails. What's his other psychic power?
His other one is.
And he's casting Onslaught, which means he can charge after advancing. Do you want to roll up?
Oh, I'm not
you don't
using it,
need
sorry.
it.
No, I don't need it. I don't know
Because
what I'm doing.
he's appeared.
Yeah,
There's
doesn't
no
need it.
point in onslaughting because... Okay, so that's it. That's the end of the psychic phase. You did 2 wounds to Swarmy and 4 wounds to my Dragoon. I like it. But he has got a 5-up ignore wounds, and he's already a bit of a beefcake. Let's go on to the shooting phase. Right, starting off the shooting phase. The Tyranids trying to crack open these robots one more time. So he's firing twice because he stood still. So there's 6 shots.
Hitting on 4s.
Nice. All 5 hit. Well, 5 hit there.
That's 6.
Strength 10,
10.
toughness 7, 3s to wound.
Bad.
4 wounds. And this is why I kept the Aegis Protocol on.
Yeah, 4.
So 4 up and vulnerable saves, 6s bounce back. I failed them all. So I am going to command point 1.
Yeah.
To try and... Yeah, I'm going to command point 1. I got so many command points, that didn't work. Right, so D6 damage, do it individually, because the first guy's got 5 wounds. So the first guy's now dead.
Dead.
Second guy is alive on 1 wound left, and then this will kill him. Okay, because wounds don't spill over. So you've killed 2 robots. They blow up on 6s. Please don't blow up.
Blow up.
They don't blow up.
Okay.
And suddenly there's a robot-shaped gap in my castle. What are you doing now?
I'm having a look, and I can see some Electro Priests with Electrocoins.
Okay, Exocrine would be hitting on 5s because he's a bit poorly.
Yep.
But he's hitting on 4s because he stays still, and that's 12 shots. And you're firing at the Electro Priests?
Yep.
This is going to sting.
So hitting on 4s.
Yes,
How many wounds do they have?
they have 1.
I'll take this as fine. So it's not bad. 3 misses. Oh, 4 misses.
That's a good spread of hits. Strength 7, toughness, I don't know. Let's
D3s.
say 4s.
Yeah. 3 to wound.
3s to wound probably. Roll up and then I'll check the book. Strength 7, toughness 3, so they do wound on 2. So that's 6 wounds. I have 6 5-up and vulnerable saves. And I make 2 of them. And then each one of them does 2 damage each. So 4 times, because they ignore wounds on a 5-up. So the first guy is dead. Second guy is dead. Third guy is dead. And the last guy is dead. See, I think damage 2 weaponry is very good against things like Electro Priest or things like Death Guard, which ignore wounds on a 5-up. Because normally I rolled a couple of 5s there.
Yeah, exactly,
I could have kept a couple alive, but because you're doing 2 damage weaponry, you kill 4 of them. Got loads of monsters in front of me. I need to make those charges longer. So I take away those 4 there. Still defending objective 2. That will be a 9-inch charge for him. Unless the Death Leaper has adrenal glands. We've got more shots. Lots of warriors firing in at what?
Oh, at the Electro Priests again. We've got to finish them off.
Really don't like them.
Nope.
So there's 4 Death Spitters amongst the Tyranid warriors. 3 shots each, assault weaponry. Hitting these guys. There's normally hit on 3s, right? But within 6 inches of the Tyranid Prime, tucked in there, it's +1 to hit. So they're going to be hitting on 2s with these guns.
Mm-hmm. Oh, just to nominate before I shoot,
Yes.
the 2 Venom cannons are going to shoot at the last robot.
Are they?
Yes.
Okay. Death Spitters first. 2s to hit.
3 to hit, I think.
Well, 2s to hit because it's +1 to hit because of the Prime, right?
Yeah. But that's they're 4 plus ballistic skill. So
Are they?
It goes down to 3 plus.
Okay, so 3s to hit.
Yeah.
So you roll a lot of 2s.
Yeah, it's my honesty there kicking in.
Okay.
No Eldar player here.
Strength 5, toughness 3. You're going to get so flamed.
Oh, I know. I know. 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
See, the karma's already kicking in.
No, 2 5-up invulnerables and 2 ignore wounds. I take 1 wound, one of the priests dies. And then venom cannons coming on there.
Yep, shot to their assault D3.
Don't worry, I don't like elder players either.
So that's 4 shots.
4 shots. So these hit on 4s, become 3s because of the prime.
Yeah. And -1 for heavy weapons.
Okay, back to 4s
Back
again.
to 4s, so hitting on 4s.
3 hits.
Not bad. And then these are strength 8.
Are they?
Yeah.
Toughness 7. 2 wounds.
-2.
-2, 4 up and bun. That one was a 4 and that one was a 1.
Yeah.
So I make D3.
2 wounds.
That robot takes 2 wounds. From over there to this Hive Tyrant firing down at the Dragoon with his miasma cannon, which is a relic. Assault D3 shots. So you get 1 shot. Hitting on a 2, that's a hit. And wounding on a strength 9.
Yeah, strength 9.
Okay.
Hit wounding on 3.
That's a wound.
-2.
-2. So I need my 6 up and vulnerable save, which I fail. And how much damage does it do?
Flat 3.
Flat 3 damage.
Yep.
So that's a dead Dragoon, and I'm going to spend a command point to blow up automatically and put another wound on Swarmy, and it will kill. It only needs 3-inch range, so another wound on Swarmy. So he's lost 4 now.
Can I ignore that on 5+?
You can with Catalyst. Don't ignore it.
No.
Thank you. Swarmy's only got 8 wounds left. Right, this Trigon Pine firing a bioelectric something pulse at the Electro Priest. They're probably going to like it. 12 shots hitting on 4s, a nice electric shower. No re-rolling here, but it's strength 5, I'm toughness 3. So you're wounding on 3s. That was 5 hits?
Yep. So I just pull misses up.
No problem. And it's AP minus what?
Nothing.
I got my 5-up and vulnerable save anyway. So
Yeah.
2 wounds,
2
2
wounds.
5-up and vuns. I make 1 and ignore wounds on a 5. No, 1 dies. Then after that prime, the second prime fired in and killed 2 more of the Electro Priests. I think that's the end of your shooting phase. You've murdered a lot. Okay, you've got a Hive Tyrant as well.
Yeah, he's
With
got...
his 2 twin linked Devourers. Right, 12 shots, firing at the Priest. He hits on 2s. And these are strength 6, I think.
It's on 3s.
It's on 3s? What is he on 3s?
3+.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, I thought, okay. They hit on 2s in close combat though.
Yeah,
Hive Tyrants,
2s in close combat.
Okay, so let's roll here.
Yep. So
3s. And it is strength 6, right?
it is, yeah. So wounding on 2s.
That's the bit that's going to sting. 2s to wound. Yeah, they all wound. So that was 8 wounds got through. 8 5-up and vulnerable saves. And I made 1, 2, just 2. Ignoring wounds on a 6-up. 1 hit the floor, thank you. And I converted 2 of them, so 4 more priests die. I think I may have said ignoring wounds on a 6-up. I meant 5-up. There is only 5 priests left now. I'm no longer defending objective 2. I'm miles away from it. But fortunately I'm out of charge range as well, which is nice. So yeah, any more shots? Because that really, really hurt.
I think that's all my shooting. Yeah.
Thanks. Right, let's go into the charge phase. Alright, starting off the charge phase, this Hive Tyrant declared a charge into these ranges and managed to put a wound on Overwatch. Now you need a 9, sir. And you get a 4. That's a failed charge. Then from there, the Swarm Lord, the Warlord, wants to get in on these Rust Stalkers. This will be an 8-inch charge. They don't have any Overwatch, and that's a 9. The Swarm Lord is angry after taking all those mortal wounds. And when that Dragoon blew up, he's got a chunk of metal sticking out of his side, so he manages to get in there. From the Swarm Lord onto the Warriors, declaring a charge against this unit of Rangers, Vanguard, and I managed to kill one of the Warriors in Overwatch, which was nice. But you need a 9-inch charge to get in there, so good luck.
Yep.
And that's a 4. So after the Warriors failed the charge against the Vanguard, the Trigon tried to get in as well, failed the charge, he rolled a 6. Now this Trigon is in range, did the Overwatch, didn't do any wounds, you need 11 to get in. This is the last charge, and you roll a 7. So out of all of those charges, only the Swarm Lord gets in. So the Swarm Lord unsupported versus Rust Stalkers, hitting on 2s with 6 attacks. And no rerolls. 4 hits get through. Strength really high. 8. Their toughness 3. 2s. Okay, all 4 wound. Each of these is a flat 3 damage.
-3.
But I do have a 6-up excuse me, 6 up invulnerable save. So 6s will keep him alive. Please, Omnissiah, please hear my prayers. 1 lives, 3 die, and then he smacks with his tail. Then each time he fights, he gets 1 additional, and only 1 additional attack with his tail, which will hit on a 2. And hits, and it's strength 8. It's a heavy tail, and it wounds. It's AP dash though, but it does do D3 damage. So I need a 4 up on Messiah. No, 1 minute.
Oh, sorry.
And that's 1.
Yeah.
I was going to command point it, because I really don't want someone to die. I failed my command point it. Let's do your damage then.
Alright. Sorry, internet. So.
And you kill 1 more.
Yeah.
That's how it works. He's gone. He's there. Sorry, I nudged him a little bit. Then my Princeps will fight back. Princeps, 3 attacks, and 1 with his Core Claw. Let's do his Transuranic Razors first, and he hits on 3s. I hit once. I need a 6. No, I don't need a 6. I think I need a 5 because that's strength 4. Anyway, it doesn't wound. And then I smack you with my Cord Claw. 3s. And strength 4, toughness. It's not 8.
It's 7, so it helps.
That's a wound.
3 up.
Invulnerable save, which you make.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the combats. In fact, that is the end of Tyranids turn 2. That was rather remarkable. I've got morale to take everywhere. I'm going to burn 2 command points to keep the what are they called? Electro Priest. The Electro Priests. There was a squad of 17. I've got 5 left. So let's spend 2 command points to keep them alive in Insane Bravery. Then I need to roll a leadership on my Princeps. 5 plus 4 is 9. He's gone, I think. And then the battle grid suddenly looks like this, and I've been pushed right back. And it's only turn 2. Now, you are defending you've got objective 4.
Yeah.
You've started defending objective 6, but that's it. You're not advancing yet. So you only get 1 point. So it's 4 points to 4. I don't get a point for defending objective 2 because you did a number on those Electro Priests. So it's 4 points to 4. But it's only turn 2, and I've lost more than half of my entire army. So let's go on to Admech. Turn 2. Now before we begin, I just remembered I had Incantation of the Iron Soul, so I get to re-roll morale. On a 1, 2, 3, this Princeps stays. He stays. Now we go on to Skitarii. Skitarii, Admech, turn 2. 4 points to 4, and here are my objectives. Defend objective 2 isn't going to happen. Will of the Omnissiah. So I get a command point if I randomly determined the canticle this turn, and I did. So I've automatically got a command point straight away. So it's 5 points to 4. I need to hold the line. Make sure I've got 3 units in my deployment zone, which I have, and none of the enemy. And the enemy is in my deployment zone. The Swarm Lord. If I kill the Swarm Lord, I get a point. Here we are after the Admech movement phase, and aware that High Fleet Kraken have defend objective 2 in their hand. I've dropped in the unit of Infiltrators here. Now that's a 9-inch charge to get all the way on to objective 6. I'll outnumber him on it and stop him scoring 2 points. But it's a 9-inch charge. And that's a big beastie, and these guys won't last very long against him, but will last quicker than we will against that Star Destroyer. So we're going to do that. Down here, moving some of the small units around so they can fire shots into the warriors, and the Skitarii Princeps fell back. And then I've got a lot of choices. Kill the Swarm Lord, basically. If I kill the Swarm Lord, I'll get a point for Slay the Warlord, and I'll get a point for Hold the Line, because none of these other units yet are in my deployment zone yet. So killing the Swarm Lord is 2 points. 1 for Hold the Line, 1 for Slay the Warlord. So decisions. Oh, and then Call healed 2 wounds on that. The Data Smith healed 2 wounds on the robot, and I'm spending a command point or 2, I forget how many, but basically I'm going to change his protocol so he fires twice now, which means he won't be able to move for the rest of the game, and I can't change it again. That's called Binaric Override. Priests moving forward as well, they need to charge in. Right, let's go on to the shooting phase. Let's shoot these little guys. Now, I could shoot big guns into the Swarm Lord, but they're probably going to bounce. So let's fire at the warriors and try and whittle them down. Shoot at what you can kill. So the unit of Vanguard here are going to fire in at the warriors. Then after both units fired, and this one fired at +1 ballistic skill with another command point, there's 2 warriors left alive. Now let's fire this unit of Vanguard in at the Warriors, 18-inch range, radium carbines, firing them all together. Re-rolling to hit with Designate 17, all 18 shots got in there. This is strength 3 versus toughness 4, however, but 6s cause 2 wounds. So 3 saves with 1 damage, 4 saves with 1 damage each, 2 saves with 2 damage each. Which are you doing first?
Do the 4 first.
Okay.
So 4 ups.
Yep. Okay, one takes 2 wounds. One's got 1 wound left, and then these. Oh, and you save it.
Yep.
Okay, one's on 1 wound left. The Dominus. Let's fire the Dominus in there. 3s to hit because I moved. Rerolling 1s using range of himself. This is strength 6. That's a mortal wound.
So he's dead.
He's dead, and that's a 3-up save, a 4-up save on the last remaining warrior. Which he makes. Still not breathing a sigh of relief yet. Right, this neutron laser and this Cognus heavy stubber. So I fire the Cognus at him, neutron laser at the Swarm Lord. So here's the Cognus at that warrior with the reroll, because I'm stood right next to Designate 17. I need 4s. I get 3 wounds, so he's got 2 left, right?
Which one are you firing at?
This thing.
Oh, that guy, yeah, he's got, yeah. No, he's 3 wounds.
3 wounds left, okay. Now he's got 2 wounds left.
Yep.
And then the neutron laser in at the Swarm Lord, slay the Warlord. 2 shots, hitting on 3s with the reroll. 2 hits, straight 10, toughness 7.
Yep.
3s, 2 wounds, 2 4-up and vulnerable saves on the Swarm Lord.
Jeez.
And you make them both. Nasty, nasty. We'll get back to the Doom Crawlers. Let's fire the 2 Transanic Arquebuses. I got down and had a look. I can see that last remaining warrior there at him. And the other 5 guys in at the Swarm Lord. So the Arquebuses, they will hit on 3s. And they will re-roll because of D17. Now these are strength 7. So I need 3s to wound. And I both wound. I think they're -1 D3 damage each.
Fails 1, makes 1.
They're -2, so they both fail. D3 damage each, but he's only got 2 wounds left. So I took out that last warrior. Nice. Shoot what you can kill. And then the 10 shots in on Swarmy. Rapid firing here with a reroll. Maybe I can take him down with small arms. Has he got anything else other than a 4-up and vulnerable save? I mean, has he got a normal save?
He's got normal 3-up armor.
Okay, this is the wound. I need 5s. So that's 2 wounds of 3-up and 6s from Rangers Rapey -1. So 2 3-up saves.
Makes them
That's
both.
fine. And then 1 4-up and Vun. Alright.
5 plus Catalyst.
Oh yeah, you got Catalyst.
Yeah, we'll take that as well.
Swarmy's fine. He's still got 8 wounds left. Right. Let's end this.
Neutron lasers.
Wrath of Mars. 2 command points on this robot, which is now firing twice. 18 shots coming in at the Swarm Lord. Any 6s to hit are mortal wounds in addition. This is a Mars-specific stratagem. Please, Omnissiah, let this work. 4s to hit the Swarm Lord. Then I get my reroll. I only got 4 hits out of 18.
Not bad.
4 hits out of 18 is the reroll. That's better.
That's way better.
15 hits in the end.
Yeah, that's better. That works.
Strength 6, toughness 7, right?
Yeah, 5.
Okay, so 5s, but 6s are mortal wounds in addition.
Let
this. Okay, 3 6s, and that's it. 3 6s.
Yeah.
So 3 4-up and vulnerable saves, and 3 mortal wounds. So you fail 1, so in total that's 4 catalyst saves.
Yeah, 4 catalysts.
Yeah.
I make 3 of them.
He only takes a wound. He's got 7 left.
I feel like Death Guard here.
He is a beefcake. Right, let's shoot him with more stuff. I'm gonna have to do it with the big guns. Right, this Onaga Dune Crawler, firing everything at the Swarm Lord. I did the heavy stubbers, did nothing. Now the neutron laser, 7 wounds to get through. Number of shots is 2, hitting on 3s and wounding on 3s. Just 1 wound, 1 4-up and vulnerable save, which you fail finally. D6 damage. 1. It's a minimum 3 damage, so 3 catalyst saves. He takes 2 more wounds. He's down to 5 left. Right, let's fire the last Onager Dunecrawler in at Mr. Swarmlord. Here's the heavy. They all hit. I need 5s. 4 wounds. 4 wounds of 3 up. He's got 5 left. And you fail 3 of them. 3 callous saves.
Don't kill him with stubbers.
And you only pass 1 of them. So he's got
3 wounds left?
3 wounds left. So if one of these neutron lasers gets through, which is a minimum 3 damage, mind you, got catalyst. So number of shots, 2. Hitting on 3s.
With a reroll.
1 hit so far. Here's the reroll. Both hit. Heart in mouth moments. 3 still wound.
Don't do it.
They both wound. 2, 4 up. Invulnerable saves to keep Swarmlord alive. You pass 1, fail 1. Do you want a command point now? You got 4 left.
I think I do.
No.
The dice
so down to 3 command points left. D6 damage. He's got 3 left. But you've got catalyst. So I want more than a 1, 2, 3. That's a 4. You need to make 2 5-ups to keep him alive.
Oh,
What was
one.
that one?
Only made 1.
Only 1. He takes 3 wounds that slay the warlord. Does he explode? Does he?
Yeah, on a 6. Yeah,
does he go nutty when he? He does.
Oh, he goes absolutely bonkers.
He goes bonkers and takes out a bunch of people around him. And so when the Swarmlord dies, he injured the Onager Dunecrawler, the Skitarii Princeps that fell out of combat last time, did not escape his wrath. 2 in this squad, 1 in that squad, 2 in that squad. He just absolutely went white heat to everyone around him. Right, the last thing left to fire is my Infiltrators up in the backfield. And the Infiltrators did nothing to Tyrannofex. His hide is just too tough. Now that's the end of the shusting phase. Now we're going to do some assaulting. We did the Overwatch off camera, no damage caused. These Infiltrators need a 9 to get in there. And I rolled a 8. Now, this is a command point again. I have to get onto that objective to stop you scoring it. 50-50 chance.
Let's do it. Yeah.
9. We are in. 9. And then over here, we did the Overwatch off camera. It's a 6-inch charge, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You killed one. You killed a priest. Well done. And then let's get in there. They're in as well. Okay. So when Electro Priests charge in, you roll a dice, and on 6s they do mortal wounds. There's 4 guys there, and that's a mortal wound. That's a nice way to start. And then the Electro Priests swing away. It's 3s to hit. They have 2 attacks each, and that was really bad. I got 4 hits in. Their strength +2 gets them up to strength 5. Your toughness higher than 5? 6. So I need 5s to wound. And any 6s would have done D3 mortal wounds instead. And I didn't get any 6s. I got 1 5. It's AP -2 though, so I think that gives you a 5-up save. Which I fail. And the Electro Elite save does D3 wounds, so that's 3 wounds at AP -2. I think I've got him down to 8.
Yeah.
And then we go all the way over here for the Infiltrators. Now they have 2 attacks each, +1 for the Princeps. So this is 11 attacks coming in, which is nice. But they're not very tough, and they're not very strong. 3s to hit. And I was really looking for 6s, because 6s with a taser goad, if I get a 6, it becomes 3 hits rather than just 1 hit. But no 6s whatsoever. Strength 6, toughness 8, I believe, are Tyranids. Yes. They are a big boy. They are a wide load. So I need 5s, and I get 3 6s at the wrong phase. 3 3-up saves with AP dash. Oh, he takes a wound. I scratched him. That's the end of my fights. Now you can select a unit and fight back. I know this guy's got 4 attacks and he hits on 4, so we might as well do him. So 3 hits, that's good.
It's going to be 2s.
It's going to 3. Yeah, toughness 3.
It's going to be 2s.
2 wounds, and it's AP -1 is the AP.
Yeah, powerful.
So I need 5s, and I fail them both. And it's 2 damage each. So you kill 2 of the Infiltrators.
Yep.
And then back down here to the Tyranid Prime. There's 6 attacks +1 for the Massive Silent. Has 7 attacks. Hits on 3s, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's nasty. Mind you, you only get 3 hits in, but that's all you need. Strength higher than 6.
3s.
3s. Do you reroll 1s? Massive
Silent
Silent Talons? Yes. So 3 wounds?
It's -3, yeah, 3 damage. No, D6, isn't it?
So I need
Yeah,
5
D6.
up and vulnerable saves.
Yeah.
And I failed all of them. D6 damage each.
Yeah.
2, 2 and a what?
2 and a 2.
3 2s.
Oh, I only rolled 2 dice. Sorry. And then
Okay, so 2 wounds on one guy. 2 wounds on another guy. And I'm not going to bother the 5. There's 1 priest left. Then he's got a tail as well, which is on a 3. And wounds on a 2.
No AP though. Yeah, wounds.
Yeah, but it's a 5 up and burn anyway, which I make this time. Yay. Right, that's the end of everything. I don't think you've got any morale to take here at all, because I killed that unit. I've got morale to take here. 5. I roll high finally. And I lost 4 this turn, so 4 plus 5 is 9. Their leadership 8. He will flee. I don't want him to flee. Oh yeah, I've got Incantation of Soul again.
Yes, you do,
so re-roll that. No, he's not fleeing. He's alive. And then over here, Infiltrators leadership 7 with the Princeps. I lost 2, so if I roll a 6. No, they stick it out. And that's very important because I outnumber you on that objective. So you're not defending that objective, so you don't get 2 points. In fact, at the end of turn 2, I slay the Warlord, I hold the line, and I got a canticle off by rolling a dice, so that's 3 points. So that means it's 7 points to 4. It's only turn 2 and we're absolutely torn the crap out of each other. You've got big bugs left, 2 big nasty shooty things in the backfield. You've got 2 Hive Tyrants, 2 Tyranid Primes. Remember your Hive Fleet Kraken, you can fall back and still charge anyway. So even though you've lost, what, 2/3 of your army, everything you've got left is big and nasty. And I've lost 2/3 of my army. But I've still got the 300 Dragoon crawlers. I've almost completely ran out of screen. I've got 1 priest left. This has been a bloodbath.
Yeah, it's been great.
I mean, you've been bleeding ooze all over the place. I've been bleeding oil all over the place. This is definitely not going to get to turn 5.
Just the dead piles. It's crazy.
The dead piles are crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 7 points to 4 in favour of the Admech for now. Let's go on to Tyranids turn 3. After losing so much biomass, the Hive Mind wants to stand firm, defend 5, defend 6, and advance outside of their deployment zone. Bring the fight to the Admech. Here we are after the movement phase for Hive Fleet Kraken. Now the first wave broke against a wall of steel. The second wave broke against a wall of steel. But here come the third wave and the big guns. 2 winged Hive Tyrants. They move 16 inches. So it looks like the robots and the Orange Dragoon Crawler won't be shooting next turn, because this one can't move ever again. That's nasty. So as soon as he gets in combat, yeah, it's all over for that robot. This one coming in, the Trigon Prime coming in, the Death Leaper coming in. Here's objective 5 that you need to defend. So this thing broke out of combat, jumped up on there. You're defending that one. These guys advanced a long way forward. Here's the other objective that you need to defend. It's under the Infiltrators. So one of the units of Rippers, is this the last unit?
No, I've got 1 more.
It's turn 3, it's got to pop in now or they're destroyed.
Yeah.
So we've got a unit of Rippers up here. Entirely in cover. 2 units of Rippers, 2 units of Rippers up here. Now I think the idea is if you blow them away with guns, you've got guns, in this turn, then in turn 4 your Rippers can get on there and start defending that one for 2 points. Because it is worth 2 points, that is a big swing. So defend that one, and advance outside of your deployment zone, and the Tranifex is just outside of the deployment zone, so you will definitely get a point this turn. So that's strategy for you. It's just brutal, a brutal game. Let's roll the Canticles, start the battle round.
Yep.
A 4 and a 1 again, so Shroud's Arm and re-rolling morale. I did do morale off camera on the units here that got shredded when the Hive Swarmlord exploded last time. So yeah, let's go on to your psychic phase. What are we starting with, sir?
Let us start with a bit of smitten,
Yes,
shall we?
I would smite.
So we'll do smite from here onto the closest unit.
It's going to be these guys.
Ooh.
And he's going to onslaught them, you said?
Yeah.
Because they advanced. And if you onslaught, then you can charge after you advance.
So we do onslaught first.
Okay.
which goes off.
Okay, that goes off.
And then...
What else has he got? Psychic Scream? Or Smite is going to just hit
I'll
them
do,
anyway.
I'll do Psychic... No. I'll do a Smite.
Do a Smite, 5s.
Done.
That passes D3 mortal wounds. 3. I think there's only 3 left in that squad of... let me check. No, there was 5 left in that squad, so I've left 2 there. And you can easily see between the 2 squads now. Makes it easier. Now, the remainder of your psychic powers is this Hive Tyrant. What is he doing?
We're going to do a Smite.
Which will hit them.
Yeah.
That fails.
And then we'll do a Psychic Scream.
Okay. Can you direct Psychic Scream, or does it hit the closest unit again?
Closest unit again.
So it's going to hit these, yeah, see how many you get.
D3.
3. You wipe out 3 in that Vanguard. That's a bit mean. And he's the... Let's take these 3 away. Because he's the alpha. No. Titan Kill's still alive. He's there.
He's still popular.
He's not going to be alive for very much longer, I don't think. Of course, Titan Killer will never die. If he falls, the power of the Omnissiah will rebuild him. He deserves no less. Right, now we're going to shoot some stuff. What we shoot at.
Right, let's do...
So the Tyranids fired a Stinger Salvo back at the Infiltrators, doing nothing. Now your big gun is firing all the way down. Are you firing at the injured on a Dragoon Crawler or the other one?
The other one.
The other one, or the one on full wounds. 3 shots this time because you moved. It is a heavy gun, but you're a weapon beast. You can move and fire and still hit on 4, so they all hit. And they wound on 3, strength 10. 1 wound.
I'm going to use my last command point.
Your last
command
point.
Nope.
And it fails. Okay, so 1 wound. 1 5-up invulnerable save, which I make. No command points left, and the Tyranids does not dent the holy armour. Now back in the backfield, the Exocrane trying to take out these last 3 Infiltrators. 12 shots. It's hit on 4s because it's a bit poorly instead of the 3s. That wasn't great. It's strength 7, toughness 3 though, so you're wounding on 2s. And you get 2 wounds. It's -3, so Shroud Summon Cover doesn't help me. I just need 6s to save because I have an invuln. I fail them both. It does 2 damage each, leaving just the Princeps alive. Back from the Princeps Infiltrator down to the Tyranid Prime firing at this last Electro Priest. And the Electro Priest got wiped out by the Tyranid Prime. Then the Trigon Prime fired in at the robot, took 2 wounds off of him. And now, what is the Hive Tyrant doing?
He's firing his Devourers at him.
And the robot as well.
So yeah,
3s to hit.
3s.
And this is strength 6, right? I am toughness 7.
So 5s.
Yes, sir. And there's no minus AP.
No, it's just straight up 1 damage.
Right, I'm going to choose to use my vulnerable save because I want to bounce them back. This is now 5 up. I bounce 1 back and take 2 more wounds. So the robot's on 2 wounds left, and now the miasma cannon from the other Hive Tyrant hitting automatically at this range into the Onaga June Crawler, this relic weapon. This is number
3 shots.
D3 hits. Yeah?
Yep.
Strength
9.
Nice. Toughness 7.
3s. 3 wounds.
3 wounds minus a lot, I take it.
-3, flat 3 damage.
5 up and vulnerable save. And I fail all of them.
That's
and it
9
was
wounds.
on 10. He's down to 1 left. That's stun. Okay, now the Trigon Prime on objective 5, choosing not to fire, can only really hit this. Oh, dropped the dice. Hit these guys down here next to the Hormagaunts, but you want the Hormagaunts to charge in. So that is the end of the shooting phase. You have her that did sting and the psychic phase. Now we've got some charges coming on. Who is charging what, sir?
So Hive Tyrant is going to charge the injured Onaga June Crawler.
Just one or both?
Both.
You're going to charge both of these?
Yeah, why not? You know, that could work, couldn't it?
Okay, let's get that Overwatch, because this could sting. So number of shots with the neutron lasers. I get 6 shots.
Please don't roll any more 6s. It'd be really nice.
I need 6s to hit. I get 2 6s. This is strength 10. I will wound you on 3s. And I'm going to re-roll that one with a command point. I wound you twice. 2 4-up and vulnerable saves, sir.
And I will make neither of them.
You make them both. You're
Happy
fine.
days.
Let's see how far you charge in as well. See if
Yeah.
you're getting base with both of them. 5.
That should do
Let's measure that up. That should do it, yeah. And so the second Hive Tyrant makes it into the party, along with the Tyranid Prime, along with the Death Leaper. It looks like the Swarm Lord's plan worked. He sold himself for this, but now there's some big beasties in and amongst The Admech lines, it looks like it's all over. Maybe. Round here we did the charge as well from the Rippers, trying to get to the Infiltrator. That didn't happen yet. Then after the enemy completed all the charge moves, my Warlord, Designate 17, performed a heroic intervention. I've swung him round to block off so that this Hive Tyrant can't get through and smack that Onager Dunecrawler. I am now in contact with one of these big beasts. He can't be struck at either because he wasn't designated the target of a charge. So all of his attacks now have to go on this Dunecrawler with his monstrous rending claws?
Yep.
Okay, so he hits on 2s with 4 attacks.
You all
And his
hit.
strength 6, I'm toughness 7.
5s. Reroll into wound.
Reroll into wound, I like it. And you get no wounds in. He doesn't manage to chew through the last wound left on that armor plate. How disappointing.
Indeed.
Where do you want to go next?
Let's do the next Hive Tyrant, same thing, I guess.
Robot or Onager Dunecrawler?
Well, I think we're going to have to do 2 and 2, because that always works, right?
That never ever works.
Let's do 2 and 2.
You can't do that.
Watch me.
It's same. Right, okay. What are you swearing at first?
Right, 2 attacks against the robot, because
Okay.
he's got 2 wounds left, right?
Okay,
So this
yeah.
should work.
Yeah, 2's to hit. Okay, they both hit. I'm still toughness 7 though.
So 5s, 2
Oh,
wounds.
they work.
-3.
It's -3. So my 3 up becomes. I need 6s. I failed them both.
Ooh, and this is D3. So
Is it? He's
so-
dead. So Machine Spirit Revenge. I'm going to blow up automatically and do D3 mortal wounds to everything within 3 inches. So D3 mortal wounds on my Datasmith. He takes 2. D3 on the Onager Dunecrawler. That takes 2. Right, let's get on to your stuff. D3 mortal wounds on the Trigon Prime. He takes 3. And D3 mortal wounds on your Hive Tyrant. He takes 1. And now 2 attacks on the Onager Dunecrawler. Both hit, yeah. 5s to wound.
With a reroll.
With a reroll.
2 wounds.
2 wounds, 2 5 up and runs. And I make them both.
Alright.
So big bada boom, robot is gone, smoke clears, and everyone else around there is hit by shrapnel. We're on to Death Leaper and Trigon Prime
Trigon Prime next, let's do that.
against the Datasmith.
Yeah.
And the Datasmith is wiped out, and now Death Leaper versus a lone Vanguard. And the Death Leaper wipes out that Vanguard with ease, consolidates further in. Now we've got these charging models, a boatload of Hormagaunts, a wave of Hormagaunts are going to hit these 2 Rangers and these 3 Vanguard, including GSO-1. Then after rolling to hit and rolling to wound, the squad with the 2 Rangers are wiped out, and he did 5 wounds on the squad with the Titan Killer on it. So 5 4-up saves to keep the Titan Killer alive. And only 1 falls. Titan Killer and his Alpha will stand firm. So let's strike back. Titan Killer against them. 4s, he misses. And his Alpha, he's got 2 attacks because he's an Alpha. Right, 6 becomes 3 hits because he's the guy with the taser guide.
Here we go.
So 3 hits. Strength 6. Actually, I think it's strength 5 in their hands. So that's 2 wounds. AP dash, 2 6s. They take 2 out. So 2 of these guys go. But Titan Killer's still alive. I'm really pleased by that. And let's go around here and do these combats. Then over here, the Onager Dunecrawlers have tried to swing at the Hive Tyrants, doing nothing. And now we're on to D17. Right, I'm going to do the Arc Scourge rather than the Power Axe. That gets his strength up to 10. So I'll be wounding on 3s. The Axe will be wounding on 5s. But and doing 2 damage, but you've got a 4-up and vulnerable save anyway. So let's do the strength 10 thing. I'm hitting on 2s with the Arc Scourge. It's mainly used for vehicles. Straight 10, toughness 7, wounding on 3s. Only 1 wound. It's -1 AP, so it gets you 3 up to a 4-up and run, and it does 1 damage if you fail the save. And you don't fail the save. And then the Mechadendrite Hive has an extra. You roll 2d6, and that's how many attacks he has. So I've got Snake Eyes. So he's got an extra 2 attacks, which hits on 2s. And it's strength user, so wound on 5s. I don't do any wounds. So D17 actually doesn't scratch this monstrosity. At the end of turn 3 for the bugs, got a leadership test to make here, which I passed. Leadership test for the infiltrators in the backfield. They lost 2, plus 5 is 7. Yep, the Princeps is back there. I pass. So I passed my leadership test. No leadership test to make for the Tyranid hive mind. And you're defending this objective. That would be worth 2 points at the end of the turn. You're not defending that objective yet, but you will be soon. So you don't get any points there. And you haven't advanced outside your deployment zone because you put some rippers back there.
Tactics.
Mistakes were made. Or is that tactics? I don't know. So it's still 4 points to 7. However, more importantly, you've pretty much shut down my castle. This Honor Dragoon Crawler will not be shooting, nor that one, because when I fall out of combat, you can't shoot. In fact, this is the only thing that will be shooting this turn. So the jaws of the beast have well and truly closed. Let's go on to Admech turn 3. Here are the objectives for the Penitent Forge. Blood and Guts, kill something in the assault phase. Victory for Logic, kill a Psyker, one of those Hive Tyrants. And defend objective 6, that's the one that the Infiltrators and the Rippers are fighting over in the backfield. Right, in my movement phase, the Infiltrator defending that objective, but not for long because they're troops choices. Then back here, it's all very simple. GSO1 and his Alpha have fallen back from the Hormagaunts, and I need to kill a Psyker, preferably in the assault phase. So it looks like this. I've pulled out of combat everywhere, except for that Honor Dragoon Crawler. He can stay locked up, because when that jumps out of combat in the Tyranid turn, then in my turn it'll be free to shoot. So that Hive Tyrant either has to stay there, or the Tyranid Prime, Dragon Prime, has to go into him. And it's away from the rest of the castle. Of course, this one isn't shooting this turn. D17 isn't shooting this turn because they both fell out of combat. At the end of the movement phase, I need to heal this D3 wounds, which is 3, and then I'm going to spend a command point for Tech Adept, which allows me to do it again. And that's another 3. So designate 17, putting 6 wounds back on that Honor Dragoon Crawler. He knows how to wield a spanner. Now to the shooting phase, spend 2 command points for Wrath of Mars, giving it to this unit of Rangers. I'm firing at that Hive Tyrant. I want to take him down. 3s to hit. This is just the rapid fire guns, re-rolling because of D17. That's 9 hits. Right, I'm strength 4 versus toughness 7, so I need 5s to wound. But any 6s with Wrath of Mars cause mortal wounds in addition. I only have 2 command points left as well. That's cocked. So 1 mortal wound and 2 saves to make. So, and he takes 2 wounds, just 2 wounds. He's got 9 left. The Transuranic Arquebuses did not move, so they will fire in as well. They both hit. These are strength 7, your toughness 7. They both wound. Minus 2 AP, D3 damage each. No mortal wounds here. So 4 up and buns.
Cocked.
Cocked, yeah, sure. Cocked again.
I'll roll a different direction.
Okay, you failed them both. This will be 2 D3 damage. And you got 6 damage. Hive Tyrant's got 3 left. So let's fire the neutron laser at him as well. If I kill him shooting, I kill him shooting. This is the Stubbers. Hits. 5 hits, and I need to wound on 5s. I did 2 wounds. 2 3-up saves. He makes them both, and the neutron laser has 2 shots which hit on 3s, both hit and wound on 3s. 1 wound. And you rolled a 3. And this does D6 damage, minimum 3. You've got 3 left. Dead Hive Tyrant. A victory for Logic. And he goes bat snot crazy on a 6.
That's a 1.
That's a 1. He doesn't go bat snot crazy. He just crumples. Then the Infiltrator killed one of the Rippers. That's the end of the shoot phase. Now we're on to the charge phase. I might as well do it.
Going deep.
Yeah. Do I want to charge the Hive Tyrant, or do I want to charge the Trigon Prime?
Such a choice.
It's a bad choice. I'm going to charge the Hive Tyrant. My Dominus is going against the Hive Tyrant. He's in combat, so he can't shoot, and he doesn't make it. And now the Dragoon, he will make it. He'll make it in. Let's go straight onto the fight phase. You're already engaged. Charging models go first. I have 3 attacks, and I hit on 3s. And 6 explode, so no exploding. I wound on 3s. I wound twice, minus 1 AP, but 2 damage each, so 2 4-ups. The Hive Tyrant takes 4 wounds. I like it. Then the Onager smacked the Hive Tyrant, did no damage. The Hive Tyrant did 1 wound back to the Onager Dunecrawler, and this is it at the end of the phase. We did the morale for the Rippers in the corner, and they hold. And this is what it looks like. I get a point for victory to logic. So it's 8 points to 4, but you're defending this objective here for until the end of my turn. So it's 8 points to 6 in favour of the Admech as we're about to go to turn 4. Right, you've got 3 big beasties down here. One's locked up in combat, which could jump up and over if you want to. You can't move within an inch of an enemy model here. You're going to have to go round to get into my guys. Mind you, you've got the swarm that can just... I mean, these guys into an Onager Dunecrawler is perfect. It'll just stop it shooting forever and ever and ever. And at the end of your next turn, moving this troop's choice onto that objective there will get you 2 more points. So it's 8 points to the Admech, 6 points to the Tyranids, but it's not going to be that way for much longer. Right, the Hive Mind still wants to control this battlefield, defend Objective 4, defend Objective 6, and advance out of the deployment zone. Here we are at the end of the Tyranid turn 4 movement phase. They advanced onto Objective 6, so that'll be 2 points at the end of my turn. They're already defending Objective 4 round here with this unit of Rippers that hopped up early in the game, started to defend that one. And then the Swarm closes in. We've got the Death Leaper looking at the second in command, the Trigon Prime looking at breaking this little fight up, and the Swarm of Bugs about to come in and lock up the Onager Dunecrawlers and the last of my castle. I mean, this is all I have left. I was able to defend against the first wave, the second wave, but the third wave, it's just too much. Then in the Psychic phase, the will of the Hive Mind screamed through the Hive Tyrant and smited, and Psychic screamed, hitting this Onager Dunecrawler here. Did 5 damage on the smite, getting an 11 to cast it, so it's down to 1 wound left. The Hive Mind is angry. Then in the shooting phase, Tyrannofex fired down at this Onager Dunecrawler. 3 wounds got through, 3 5-up invulnerable saves. I make 1 of them, and this does 2d6 damage. And that is 7 damage. I'm on 7 left. Now, do I choose to blow up? Probably not. I'm going to hurt myself really, really badly. So don't roll a 6, Winters. I don't roll a 6. Yeah. The Onager Dunecrawler is no more. And then he shot back over his shoulder at the Infiltrator, which is still alive. Oh, I thought I'd mention I've rolled a 6 and a 1 on Canticles of the Omnissiah, so reroll hit rolls of 1 and reroll morale. That's what came out. Now this thing, the Prime, doing his bioelectric spines into the unit of Rangers. He hits on 3s. These are strength 6, right?
Strength 5.
Strength 5, so you win on 3s.
No AP.
No AP? I might live. There is no Shroud Psalm yet this turn though, which is why I mentioned it. So it's 4-up save, so 3 of the Rangers just crumple. And the second Tyranid Prime fired at the second in command and didn't manage to get through his 2-up save. Now the Exocrine was a bit, well, let's say his line of sight was poor. So he fired back over his shoulder and killed the Infiltrator on Objective 6 in the backfield. So the Ripper Swarms crawling all over it are definitely defending that objective there. That is the end of the shooting phase. We've got some charges coming up down here. And after the charge phase, the Hormigaunt swarming through all 3 of these units here. I fired Overwatch in every single direction and did no wounds. And the Death Leaper gets in with the second in command. The Trigon Prime gets in with the Dragoon. This Trigon Prime gets in with GSO-1 and the last Alpha. The Tyranid Prime failed his charge. He tried to get through to GSO-1 as well. Chris really wants that thing dead. Long story short, everything in my castle now is committed and locked up. You've cleared away any footprint of Admech in the backfield. It's a fight for our lives down here. Let's go into the fight phase. So the Hive Tyrant split his attacks between these 2 targets here. Took 2 wounds off the Dragoon. Didn't kill the Onager. And now the Trigon Prime is going to try and smash the Dragoon. He hits on 3s. And with his 7 attacks. 4 hits in. He's going to wound on 3s. And he's going to reroll 1s. So yeah, 3 wounds get through. I have 3 6-up invulnerable saves to make. I fail all of them. And these do D6 damage each?
Yep.
Dead.
14 wounds.
Dragoon. Now, do I keep him alive or do I... If I blow him up, he does 1 automatic. And it will kill the onager as well. Let's just see if he blows up on a 6. He doesn't blow up. So the Dragoon goes bye-bye. The Prime consolidates into the second in command. And now we have the Death Leaper versus the second in command. He's got 4 attacks. Hits on 2s.
Yep.
He's strength
6.
6. So he wounds on 3s. Does he have any rerolls?
Nope.
It's 2 wounds. AP?
-1.
3 ups. And make them both.
Yep.
Death Leaper does not hurt him. Now let's do these huge number of attacks into the remaining castle. And all these little bugs failed to hurt Designate 17, the Onager Dunecrawler, only killing one of the rangers. Now there is a hope. I'm saying there's a chance. If I can kill enough, I might be able to shoot. Maybe. So let's do these guys into the bugs. The alpha's still there. I hit on 4s. And I wound on strength 3, toughness 3. So 3 wounds on some bugs. That's a good start. 3 6-up saves. I killed 3 of them. The Onager will strike. He hits on 5s. And he's strength 6. And he wounds 1. 6-up save. That's okay. 4 down. That works. Call himself with his axe hitting on 2s. Just 2 hits. It's up to strength 6. So that's 2 wounds at minuses. He will kill another 2 because it cuts straight through your 6-up save. Now this is where the magic could happen or completely fail. 2d6 attacks with his Mechadendrite Hive to try and wipe out as many as I can. Need big money here. And I rolled a 4. I rolled a 4. I've got 2 command points left. Let's command point that. I rolled a 7. It's all or nothing stuff. 2s to hit. 6 hits. Strength 5. Strength user. 3s to wound. 4 wounds. 4 6-up saves.
4 more.
4 more dead. Not enough. And they are in synapse. They're not going to run. And it looks like this. And then we just remember we forgot to do this attack with the Tyranid Prime into GSO1 and this alpha here. And a hero falls. That makes me a sad panda. I like GSO1. Titan Killer has fallen. Don't worry, we will rebuild him. Now that is the end of Tyranids. Turn 4. I have a morale test to take here. I lost 4 guys. And 4, 3 plus, that's 7. I've got leadership 7. I'm okay. That's what I want to say. I'm okay. And then we just remember this fight, and you roll 2 6s, so you're fine on saves. When it rains, it pours. So we did catch all those combats there. That's the end of Tyranids. Turn 4. You are defending that objective. You're defending that objective. You haven't advanced outside of your deployment zone.
I'm going to chuck that.
But you are going to get 4 points at the end of this turn. So it's still 8 points to 6 in favour of the AdMech. But I'm trapped. So let's go to AdMech turn 4. I got rid of defend objective 6, and these are not the right orders. Blood and guts, kill something in the assault phase. Defend 5, defend 1. Here's objective 1. I'm not scoring that one. Here's objective 5. I'm not defending that one. Here I am, all locked up in the corner. Pull out of combat with him. He moves 2, so you're going to have to charge him, commit something, but he isn't firing. Fortunately for me, I killed enough to get this Onager Dunecrawler, so it can fire. So let's fire at the Trigon Prime and put all the other guns. I've stayed in combat with Belisarius Call because he might be able to kill something with blood and guts. So let's fire everything at the Trigon Prime. Neutron laser. 3 shots, hitting on 3s with the reroll. They all hit. Wounding on 3s. Only 1 wound. You don't get a save. Burn straight through your armor. You don't have an invulnerable save. Let's re-roll 1 of them. Okay, so that's 2 wounds. 2 get through. 2d6 damage. For 9 damage. That's a dead Trigon Prime.
He's in combat.
Is it?
Yeah, it'd be that one.
It was that one.
So down to 3 wounds.
Down to 3 wounds left. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. He is in combat. 3 wounds left. And I've got no command points left. Here's the stubbers with the reroll. And 5s. 2 more wounds. 2 more saves, sir. He's down to 2 wounds left, and that's the end of my shooting phase. Now let's try and kill something in the assault phase. These 3 guys hitting the bugs. 4's to hit, sorry. And 1 wound on the bugs.
6 up.
1 dies. I've got a couple more to get through. D17, 2's to hit. 2's to kill with his axe. So 3 more.
It's 4 down.
That leaves 3 left. I've got 3 left with a Mechadendrite Hive to get blood and guts. Number of attacks, 7. 5, 6, 7. 7 attacks hitting on 2s. They all hit. Wounding on 3s. 6 wounds. 6 up saves to keep 3 bugs alive. No, that's blood and guts, yay. Then after that slightly heroic stuff, which was slightly out of sequence, you did smash the second in command absolutely into oblivion there and then come forward. So I get a point for blood and guts. So I'm up to 8 points. Don't think we mentioned, but you got 2 points for defending objective 5 earlier.
Yep.
So you're up to 6 points. So it's 8 points to 6 at the end of turn 4. And then you get 2 points for that objective there. And 2 points for that objective there. So the Tyranids are in the lead. As we head to turn 5, the Tyranids are in the lead by 2 points. And I have 4 units left in my castle in the corner. And that's it. At least my Warlord's alive on full wounds left. But this one's finally a bit injured. One of the Tyranid Primes is a bit injured. The second Hive Tyrant's got 5 wounds left. But your gun beasts in the backfield are absolutely fine, and you're dominating the board. So let's go on to Tyranids, turn 5. The Tyranids want to continue to take ground, defend 3, secure 6, and secure 5. Here we are after the Tyranid movement phase. They're securing 6, they're securing 5, they're defending 3. They have the entire board, and the Tyrannofex can draw line of sight. And the closest enemy unit now in range of him is Designate 17, my Warlord. So not only are they scoring these 3 objectives up here, but the hammer is about to descend. Let's go on to the psychic phase. Rolling for smite, and you just got an 11. Great. When it rains, it pours. D6 damage. 6 damage on Designate 17. He's got 2 wounds left. No way to defend against that. Are you going to kill me with mind bullets? And then Psychic Scream
on a 6.
That passes, and this does D3 mortal wounds for 2 mortal wounds. 8 mortal wounds in total. That's Slay the Warlord. And with that, I am going to concede. This is the way the world ends. Well done, Chris.
Hallelujah.
It leaves your Tyrannofex free to fire down at that. This thing could... they're going to be locked up in combat one more time and won't be able to reroll a hit, won't be able to shoot you.
Yeah,
it's 10 points to 8. You're going to get a point for that one, a point for that one.
2 points there.
That is, 12 points to 8. 2 points there at the end of my turn. Slay the Warlord. I'm going to have 2 Dune Crawlers, one's on 1 wound and 3 Rangers left, and that's it. It would be a runaway game. So you kept pushing, you kept pushing, you kept pushing.
I went for the tabling.
You went for the tabling. It turned into a bloodbath, and in the end, the Tyranids, the hive mind, managed to crack the machine mind. That was an awesome game. Right at the start of the game, I didn't know which way it was going to go. Right or left? What do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, the Gene Seeders turn 1. I think that gave me such a push, and I felt good then, but then you deleted them. And
then you turned around to me in the break and you said, I'm really worried now.
Yeah, I lost like half my army, but then you pushed back, I pushed back again, and it was just the strength of those waves. And I think that castle's good, but when it breaks, it breaks.
When it breaks. I brought a lot of screen as well. I brought like 60 odd bodies to put in between me and you, but I could not withstand the wrath. That was High Fleet Kraken.
There was just so much shooting left as well.
Yeah.
Just crazy. Tyranids are good.
Tyranids are very good. They're very good decks. I like playing with them. There's a lot of options in there. It goes from the small and the gribbly all the way up to the big and the nasty. And even though you only brought 2 guns, I'd like to have fired some more shots back at them. But you were just pressuring and pressuring and pressuring. Tyranids are good. And one of the weaknesses of AdMech is they're not particularly mobile. I think you need a lot more infiltrators, or you need to use the Stygies doctrine. They're not particularly mobile. They are a very sit and shoot army. It would be nice if they had a couple of flyers or skimmers or something that they gave them a bit more mobility.
Yeah, I mean, I just think with gunline armies are dying in 8th. I mean, just the speed that assault armies have now. I just think they've evened up the game. I want to see the Orc Codex. I want to see
the Orc Codex.
I want to know what they can do.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
They're saving it for a reason.
Right, that was good. I really enjoyed that. I didn't know which way it was going to go in turn 1 or turn 2. I was hanging in there, but when you finally managed to crack that nugget, you cracked it open.
I thought it was touch and go. When Swarmy went, I thought it was touch and go.
Oh, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, when he went.
But thank you for taking a lot of wounds off of him by yourself.
Oh,
that helped me.
Quarter of his life just went by me.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we'll wrap it up there. I didn't mention that this battle mat is from urbanmats.com, so check out urbanmats.com. This is one of my favourite mats because it's very generic. You can put almost any battlefield down on it. The Fortress of Redemption is available from Games Workshop. The trees are from the modeltreeshop.com, literally the modeltreeshop.com. This is pre-painted, pre-assembled terrain from Red Dragon Gaming. There's a video in the review section about them. Very cheap stuff, English company. If you want to get bunkers or boxes or swamps or boulders like this, then check out Red Dragon Gaming. If you want to support me, then I encourage you to become a patron. And if you want to check out some more Winter's SEO battle reports, then check out deploymentzone.tv. Anyway, thank you everyone for listening. Thanks for Chris for coming up.
Thanks for having me.
Happy wargaming.